But let's get to BTS right now because the army are freaking out. Like Jenlyn over here says, you mentioned in an interview that working with BTS felt like poetic justice.
Right.
What do you mean about that? Can you tell people more about what you meant by that statement?
I mean, and what I mean about that is exactly like, you know, it's been a lot of the struggle in the music industry for me has to not make being Asian or being Filipino my cause, but at the same time, it's always, you know, the elephant in the room. Like, can the Asian guy hang? And then to be a part of, you know, the biggest, you know, the biggest K-pop, you know, biggest Asian group to ever, you know, cross over into mainstream, and to be a part of that story, you know, they're breaking barriers that nobody ever thought would ever happen. And they're not even, it's not even in English, you know, it's in Korean, it's straight in Korean. And it is, you know, it's breaking records, and, you know, more than the numbers and the monetary value that it's generating, it's breaking down walls, you know, it's showing the world that when the people speak that, you know, we need to listen, and they're making great music. I can, you know, I'm, you know, firsthand, I was able to witness, you know, we all, you know, we were in the process of writing the songs, but, you know, it was a very huge, big collaborative effort between me, like for Black Swan, between me, my one of my co-writers, Vince, who's also Filipino. Shout out to Vince.
What's up,
and,
man?
And Big Hit and BTS, you know, like they take things to another level over there, and their, you know, their quality control and their ability to, you know, put that polish on those records is amazing. And they, you know, they're just making good music, and I'm happy to see that it's you know, that it's getting to see the light of day, and it's, you know, it's, like I said, breaking down barriers for everybody. So now all of a sudden, being Asian ain't so bad. Like, you know, you know, it goes to show they, you know, if you got it right, you can sell some records. You can definitely sell some records. So
that is so true. But you know, August, as a producer, you have worked with so many artists in America, you know, all around the world. But for BTS, like you said earlier, it's not even in English, you know, it's in Korean. And what's so beautiful about that is they're not trying to be anybody other than themselves. They're going to stick to what they know, and that's Korean. As a producer, as a songwriter, as an artist yourself, when you were working with them, did you see that as a barrier, or was that more like of a challenge or a chance for you to up your game as well? Because it's not in English, you know, it's in Korean, so it's a whole different ballgame.
So the biggest challenge when you're doing K-pop records is that, you know, they're very heavily reliant on your melodic structures, your rhythms, and your melody to convey your emotion. So I'm a very lyrically based songwriter. I'd like to write my lyrics first more than my melodies. So the challenging part is to be able to let those help, you know, write those melodies that can tell the story without having the lyrical content be so solid. You know, so a lot of what is happening when I'm writing with them is we're going back and forth with melodies. But I have, you know, I have a certain idea of what the lyric is, but then, you know, they have, you know, the translation is not exact. So
and the change up of it too, right? Like the way K-pop songs go, it's like they're gonna go to like 3 different speeds, sometimes 4.
Sometimes, yeah, it is a different beast. But at the end of the day, you know, like if you listen to that BTS album, like it's the first K-pop album I listened to back to front. You know, they made some really good songs on there. I didn't understand a word, but they made some good songs. I was like, oh, this jams, and you know, those melodies are crazy, and they really know what they're doing over there.
So for those that